All right, so get this. We're going to take Rich Dad, Poor Dad and see
Ah.
if it works with AI.
Interesting.
Yeah, like Google's Notebook LM.
Oh, wow.
Could AI actually bring those old school wealth building ideas into like the 21st century, you
I
know?
mean, Rich Dad, Poor Dad was huge, right? Like, it totally changed how we think about money.
Oh, yeah.
Pushing people to, learn about finance and invest and build assets, all that stuff, AI could be great for.
For sure. And I feel like everybody remembers that rich dad versus poor dad thing.
Right.
It's like the first thing you learn about money these days.
Yeah, but think about it. So many people are still stuck in that poor dad mindset, right?
Totally.
Working for a paycheck, wanting that job security, and they totally miss out on actually building wealth.
It's like we need our own rich dad advisor to keep us on track. Maybe
Uh-huh.
that's where this Notebook LM thing comes in.
Exactly. Imagine having like an AI that gets the whole rich dad philosophy,
Huh.
but it can also look your situation specifically. Like, let's say there's an investment opportunity. You could just ask it, okay, Notebook LM, how would rich dad approach this?
Whoa, it'd be wild.
Right.
But let's get into the specifics. Like, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is all about knowing the difference between assets and liabilities.
Right.
Could Notebook LM actually crunch the numbers and tell you if something is really an asset for you?
Absolutely.
Uh.
Think about like buying a rental property, right?
Okay.
Notebook LM wouldn't just do like basic calculations. It would look at real-time market data,
Whoa.
even things like property taxes in that specific area. And it could even like predict how much rent you could get based on similar places.
So it's going way beyond what a regular spreadsheet could do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not just telling you what an asset is, it's looking at a specific thing and
Yeah.
saying if it fits the rich dad idea in your situation. That's
Oh.
crazy.
Exactly. And you can do this with so many things in the book, like cash flow, for example.
Okay, yeah.
Notebook LM could look at all your income and expenses and then suggest ways to make more money, like those income-generating systems Rich Dad always talks about.
Hold on, it could actually help you build passive income streams?
Yeah.
That's way more than just budgeting.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And then there's using debt in a smart way, which can be tricky, right?
Definitely.
Notebook LM could tell you if a loan, like for a business maybe, would be good debt, according to Rich Dad.
This is making me think, Rich Dad, Poor Dad even talks about getting over your fear and self-doubt about money.
Right.
Could Notebook LM help with that too?
Now that's where it gets really interesting. Imagine using it to like run different scenarios.
Oh, yeah.
Say you want to quit your job and start a business, but you're scared. Notebook LM could look at your money, predict what you might earn, and basically show you what could happen if you take that risk.
So it's not just about the numbers, it's about helping you make those big life decisions.
Exactly. And that's what Rich Dad is all about, taking control of your money.
This is blowing my mind. And we're just getting started.
I know, right?
In the next part, we'll see how Notebook LM can help you make a Rich Dad financial plan
Cool.
and really dig into how it analyzes investments.
Hmm.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back. And we've been talking about this whole idea of Notebook LM being like your personal Rich Dad advisor.
Yeah, like a secret weapon for growing your money.
Totally. And you were saying one of the coolest things it can do is help you create like a super personalized financial plan.
Right, and it's all based on Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like completely aligned with it.
Okay, so let's say I want to make my own Rich Dad plan. Where do I even start with this Notebook LM thing?
Okay, so picture this. You're sitting there with Notebook LM,
Right.
and you can actually give it the entire Rich Dad, Poor Dad book.
Oh,
Yeah. And Notebook LM will like read it and pull out the stuff that matters most for you and your goals.
Wow, so I don't have to remember every single thing from the book.
Nope. The AI figures out what's important for you specifically.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then I guess you'd start thinking about those big financial goals you have.
Right. Like, what are you dreaming of? Owning a bunch of rental properties.
Yeah.
Maybe starting your own business. Or do you want to retire early and travel the world?
Those are some pretty big goals. But how does Notebook LM help you actually get there?
Okay, this is where it gets really cool. Notebook LM looks at everything, your income, your expenses, what you own, what you owe. It even considers things like how much risk you're comfortable with and how long you want to invest for. It's like having this super thorough financial advisor who knows you inside and out.
So it's not just giving me some generic advice everyone gets.
Nope, it's totally custom made for you. And then, based on all that, it gives you specific things you can do.
Like what?
Well, maybe it suggests ways to make more money, like asking for a raise or finding a side hustle.
Oh,
Or it might show you where you're spending too much so you can free up more cash to invest.
Could it even tell you, like, specific investments to look into?
Totally. Like if you want rental properties, it might suggest up-and-coming neighborhoods. Or if you're into stocks, it could show you industries that are about to take off.
Wow, that's really smart.
And the best part is, it's not a one-time thing. As things in your life change, you can update Notebook LM, and it will adjust your plan too. Like it's a financial co-pilot helping you through any bumps in the road.
This is seriously impressive. But what about investing? Like, Rich Dad Poor Dad talks a lot about investing wisely. Could Notebook LM help someone who's totally new to all that?
Definitely. That's where it can be a game changer for beginners. Imagine asking it, okay, Notebook LM, based on Rich Dad Poor Dad, how should I start investing?
So you don't have to feel lost with all the choices and all the financial jargon out there.
Exactly. It could suggest things like index funds or ETFs, those low-risk options. It would emphasize diversifying and thinking long-term. It could even teach you about different types of investments and strategies, all through the lens of Rich Dad Poor Dad.
That's awesome. What about someone who's already investing but wants to do even better? Could Notebook LM help with that too?
Absolutely. It could look at your investments, see if anything needs tweaking based on your goals and risk tolerance,
Okay.
and then suggest some changes. It could even factor in what's happening in the market right now and the overall economy so you can stay ahead of the game. It's like having a financial expert constantly watching your investments and telling you how to make the most of them.
So it's like having a whole team of experts in one AI.
Pretty much.
This is all so helpful, but let's be real, making big money decisions can be scary.
Right.
Rich Dad Poor Dad is all about overcoming that fear and taking risks, but smart risks.
Yeah. And remember those what-if scenarios we talked about?
Yeah.
That's where they really shine. Like, let's say you want to buy a rental property, but you're worried about all that debt. Notebook LM could run different simulations, like what if you put down this much money? What if interest rates are like this? And it shows you what might happen in each case.
So it's not just telling you what to do, it's giving you the info you need to decide for yourself.
Exactly. It's like taking the guesswork out of those big decisions.
I love that. So basically, we're combining the wisdom of Rich Dad Poor Dad with the power of AI.
Right. So you not only understand the ideas, but can actually use them in a way that feels personal and like empowering.
This is mind-blowing. We've talked about making a plan, figuring out investments, everything.
I know. That's a lot.
But there's one big question we haven't really tackled yet. What does all this AI stuff mean for financial literacy overall? Could it actually help everyone be better with money?
That's the big question, isn't it? And that's what we're going to talk about next. Stick with us.
So we've been talking about how Notebook LM could be like your own personal rich dad advisor, helping you make a plan and figure out investing and all that.
Yeah, but now let's zoom out and think about the bigger picture.
Okay.
Like, what does AI mean for everyone learning about money, not just individuals?
Right, we've been focusing on specific things, but imagine if this AI could help everyone.
It'd be huge,
Yeah.
right? Like, right now, financial literacy feels kind of exclusive, like a club that not everyone can join.
Yeah.
But with AI, that could totally change.
And you know how Rich Dad Poor Dad talks about breaking free from the traditional financial system, challenging the way things are?
Yeah.
Could AI be the thing that actually makes that happen for more people?
That's exactly what we're talking about. Imagine a world where everyone, rich or poor, could get personalized financial advice.
Wow.
Like having a rich dad in your pocket,
Mm-hmm.
Helping you take control of your money.
Think about what that could do. Less debt, more savings, more people retiring comfortably.
It could change everything. Entire communities could benefit.
Yeah, more people starting businesses, investing in their future, building wealth for their families.
It's all about making financial knowledge and opportunities available to everyone.
This is amazing, but I do wonder about some downsides too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, what if people get too reliant on AI, just blindly following advice without really understanding it?
That's a good point. We have to be careful about that. AI should help you think for yourself, not do your thinking for you.
Exactly. We still need to make our own decisions. Ask questions, understand why we're doing something.
Absolutely. And then there's the issue of access, right?
Mhm.
We have to make sure everyone can use these AI tools, not just people who can afford the latest tech.
That's so important. Everyone should have a fair shot.
For sure. But even with those challenges, there's no denying that AI could completely change financial literacy.
It's a total game changer. It could change how we think about money forever.
I think so.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and AI, what are the big takeaways for our listeners?
Well, the ideas in Rich Dad, Poor Dad are still super relevant today.
Definitely. Knowing about assets and liabilities, creating cash flow, using debt wisely,